1986, I saw the end of the world.
It's kind of funny how I remember different time periods. I was just sitting up here thinking about a time period long time ago where I stayed in this area. It was like a very beautiful farmland, and it was a river close by. I remember we used to play down there as kids, and I remember I was born in that place twice, that same area. It's just something else remembering those different things like that, you know, that make me kind of think and wonder. People say you can that your DNA records history and time and stuff, and it's recorded in our DNA, the history of us and our timeline and our family tree and past lives and things of that nature. That don't even apply to me. I flat out remember. Yep. And now I'm reborn in another end of the world cycle. Flashing in my head right now is centuries. Moving forward up to now, centuries. Just, decades, 100-year periods, how things changed, different place I lived, different homes I've had. The most recent homes I've had, I say it's about 300, no, about 600 years ago. I say about 500 years ago. We had a very nice house. It was, it looked like that European, very fancy looking furniture with paisley designs and gold trimming and all that kind of stuff. Big pillows with tassels and fringes. My whole house was decorated and stuff like that. Big pots and large vases and all kind of beautiful stuff like that. Yeah, I remember my whole family was there when I passed away, when I died. We planned it, and we planned our next life. During that time, we knew what happens after death, so everybody planned for it. But when I was born in 1973, this time coming back, I did not come the same time, the same way. Let me show y'all something. Y'all see that mountain right there? And that one right there, those used to be houses for giants. So you can see the foundation, see the layers of it. Those used to be houses for giants. Places where they lived. It's a certain type of giants. But back to the story. They don't tell people all that stuff. These ain't just outcrop from something. And by the way, over there is where that mountain right there is where they found ancient Ten Commandments writing on a stone in ancient Hebrew. I actually traveled there to see it. And the top of that mountain is called the King David's Lookout. And it took me 3 hours. I climbed to the top of that mountain right there, y'all. And it's actually stone work. Like it used to be a floor. It's giant stones where it used to be a wall or a balcony or something. All that was tore down in an ancient war a long time ago. Because some of them stones is burnt up, blackened. And at the bottom of that mountain over there. Sorry for changing subjects, y'all. It's just, But I stand here and I think about how I came here in 1973. It was totally different. Totally different. Some things I can't share, but I remember I talked to the tall man with the white gown on and the pad and the pencil he was holding. He was real tall, standing in front of the earth. The earth was behind him glowing. And I was standing in front of him. The earth looked like a great plane. It was like a great plane distance, but it was round. I went through a black hole that was next to me, and I popped up in the clouds up there. I popped up in the clouds that look more like those right there. And I was way up in the sky, and I came down through them clouds. It's like I took a detour. And I came to a room that was in the clouds, y'all. And in this room, I came down through the clouds. I went through the black hole, came down through the clouds because I popped up in the sky and came in the clouds. Out of the clouds formed like these white marble stairs. Then I came to a room. The room had marble floor, and it was large squares. There was like white marble and like black marble, like checkerboards. And as soon as I walked into this room, it was this giant man, about 20 feet tall, and he was just standing there. Because the room was like rectangular. It was a door in front of me, and it was a door to the left of me. And I think it was a door to the right of too. But I know to the left, it was double doors. And in front, it was double doors. As soon as I walked in there, this giant man, he turned and looked at me like twice, like, what are you doing here? And he walked up to me and he started talking to me. And I didn't say really much. I was about to start talking to him. And then somebody came in the room through the door. He was guarding over there and called him over there, like right when he was about to talk to me. There was another giant man, like 20 feet tall. And they was cool, but they seemed like they was about business. And they was like, I guess, worked there or something. And the dude talked to him and they was looking over at me. And they was talking about me. And he walked over to me and he said, okay, I want you to go through them doors. So I went through the double doors on the left. But I looked around and stuff, and it looked like a museum, the room did. It was beautiful. Tall walls. The ceiling, it wasn't no ceiling. The ceiling was like the sky, lightning and stars and stuff. And I remember when I was walking out that door, I turned and I looked back at the door I came in through, right? The door I came in through, it was no door there. It was some marble steps going up into the clouds, into some clouds. And on each side of those steps, it was these white columns. And those steps went up into the clouds. So I came down from God, from God's realm, and they directed me to come here. And then I was born. Right after I walked through that door, I was born in 1973. And I remember, I think maybe 2-3 days later, I went home in a car seat, in a back seat, and it was nighttime and it was raining. I remember it looked so gritty and nasty, the streets and stuff, because I was able to look out the window because my car seat was right next to the window. And I remember the world looked so nasty and dirty to me. Yep. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord God. The stuff I'm telling y'all because I know you never heard stuff like this before. You know, and it's the truth. First of all, yep, that's the mountain where the 10 Commandments was found at, right there. That's a holy hill over there. And these mountains here was somebody's kingdom at one time. Somebody's ancient civilization. Look at them layers where you can see it was buildings at. It was buildings up there. They don't tell people nothing. That's why a lot of these mountainous areas got either names like the Devil's Playground or something, you know, just so you won't go there. Or they considered government land. And they, you know, some of them fenced off. Like that over there at the King's South, where the 10 Commandments is located, that's actually fenced off. You got to get a permit to go in there. I had to give them all my information just to go in there and see that, y'all. When I seen that writing, I broke down crying. Spirit of God was with me. All praises to the Most High. But I was brought here this time not only to live a life, but to declare to the world that it's time for God to judge mankind. And in the process of that, the first thing is America is doomed. So that's my message, y'all. That's what I'm here to tell y'all. America is doomed. If anybody have any particular questions about anything, feel free to contact me. I ain't got no problems with talking to folks. This time is special. This is a special time. This is the end of something. This is the ending of a whole time period. And a whole giant cycle, like the main cycle, this is the end of that. And a whole new cycle is about to begin with a new heaven on earth. That's how they all start. And over long, long periods of time, the earth get worse and worse and worse until you get what we got now. Yeah. He opened the door before me, and I stepped through.